It's your dry delight. Or anything. Jesus Christ. Does this game even have a... Hold on. Does this game have a, Oh my god, it does. That is so fucking funny. Alright. So this first game is a visual novel, if you couldn't tell by the Let me make this, I guess, full screen window for me. Oh wait, that looks a little fucked up, huh? There we go. Does that look good? Yes, okay. But now my mouse is gone. Oh. For some reason the mouse disappears. Interesting. But we're starting. I'm not sure if this is voice accurate or not, but it sure fucking is it. Okay. Let's see. Why is this being... Ooh, it's like... chugging along, huh? Oh, what the fuck? On. Oh, there we go. That was weird. Alright, here we go, chat. Gonna be voice lining these. Ah, what a lovely day. You think this is us, chat? What do you say we go get a drink? Oh, that's fucking weird. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so... I don't see the mouse on my side, but yeah, I can see it on my stream. Also... Does it still say... I'm gonna leave this over here real quick. Boss, that's the 5th time you used that joke today. Oh wow, this is like chugging along. Jesus Christ, Well, it's your fault for making such a hilarious face every time. Do I have to literally tab? I don't think I'll... Oh? Oh, they're hot. Oh, they're hot. Oh, fuck. Oh! Why is it like that? That's so weird. My name is August Richard, and I'm a detective. I wonder if, since it's being, like, really weird with it, I wonder if it'll be better if I stream my screen. That would be better. Don't mind that. Oh no, it doesn't fucking matter. That's so weird. What the fuck? Oh, that is very weird. Okay. Chat, we're gonna get through this. Fortunately, my parents thought a nice classic name like James or John just wouldn't be enough for me. Everyone thought I'll be downright hilarious to call me July during my training. So I decided to go by Richard. Richard? I'll just say Richard. Or Richard, I should say. Would suit me just fine. Richard. Richard. Okay. Oh my god. Why the fuck is it being like this? That's so weird. Oh, for some reason, that's not right. Richard, I'm hungry. Also, Leslie, looking also hot. What? Why is everyone hot? Also, can I? It'll be better if I do this in window. Wonder if me doing this in window would be better. Then we fuck! On chat, we're just getting through the aches of it. Yeah. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, didn't we just have a dinner an hour ago, boss? Yeah, that does work. Okay, but my appetite for good food is never salted, just like my appetite for justice. Hell yeah, Leslie. What do you say? Should we get some cannoli? Yo, we're getting cannoli up in here? Let's go. A fellow in Little Italy. It's really fantastic. Oh, okay, it just shows... Okay, that's for the glossary. This one. Boss. This is no time for cannoli. We got a job to do. Oh, Richard. Always such a stick in the mud. This fellow right here is my senior partner, Leslie Clark. He wears his hair long and has what you might call a girlish face. So he's seen more of his fair share of teasing, too. But somehow, absolutely nothing seems to faze him. But somehow, absolutely no... Oh, okay, case in point, he's worried about cannoli when we're supposed to be tracking down criminals. True inspiration to us all. Oh, hell yeah. Alright. Let's get down to business. Run through the plan one last time, step by step. You're still new to solo assignments, so I want to make sure you've got all the details down pat. Or you've just forgotten them because you fell asleep during our last meeting. Fuck. How's that? Oh. What? Why? Why is this here? Interesting. Interesting that that's in the glossary. Don't worry about it. I clear my throat, straighten my posture, and mentally pull up tonight's agenda. You and I split up to gather information on Cleveland's illegal liquor business and enforce Volstead. Oh, this takes place in Cleveland, Ohio. 1920 during Prohibition. Volstead. Okay. I'm heading to the speakeasy on Ness Avenue, and you're meeting with an FBI contact to scope out some warehouses. Leslie nods with his eyes closed, swiveling a little in his chair. Yo, Leslie's just me. Damn it, he better not be dozing off again. For tonight, my cover is Jack Vaughn. I work for the city government. Yes, so you can say your job is helping civilians, and it'll be technically true, but you're terrible at lying. Yeah, I'm fucking shit lying, bro. Fucking dog. Why'd you get into this line of work again? I heard the agency needed detectives who didn't spend their payroll hours hunting for food. Richard, how cruel. Oh my god, is that what that was? With a theatrical gasp, Leslie spins rapidly around in his office chair, like my dry remark just sent him into orbit. Sometimes, I wonder about what bizarre twists of fate land us together. Heartful remarks aside, it sounds like you're all prepared. We'll meet back here tomorrow morning to trade reports, drink coffee, and eat donuts. Right. Is it my imagination, or is he drooling a little? Yeah, it's fucking donuts, bruh. You not drooling? And decide our next plan of action, of course. Understood? Loud and clear, boss. I gave him a lazy salute before turning towards the door, smoothing out my vents. Richard. Please be careful. Watch yourself, stay alert, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Alright guys, we're going to get some cannolis. That's what that means. Oh my god! I wrote the fucking script to this game, did you know that? Holy shit. Like what, skipping out on the job to get cannoli? Serious, Richard. You're my partner. I don't want you to be turned into Swiss cheese by a Tommy gun or something. Hey, just in case you didn't know, Tommy gun? Thompson machine gun. He would use a food metaphor. So promise me you'll be careful, right? I worry about you if ever you're off solo. You know what? I worry about you too. This guy. Doesn't he realize it goes both ways? A small sigh, I rub back at my neck with a hand, unsure how to phrase what I want to say. I worry about you too, Leslie. Not like I can help it, since you send yourself on sketchy jobs all the time. It's like you're just looking to be ice. Guys, if you didn't know what ice was, It means to be killed. Leslie blinks at me, as if he never even considered my concern to be a possibility. Really? That's very sweet of you, Richard. Oh my god. Chat, I know this is supposed to be a, like, serious, like, crime visual novel, but I want these two to fuck so badly. You have no idea. I can feel the tension. He sniffles, clutching a hand to his collar. Damn it, maybe I should have just kept my mouth shut. I mean, you don't need to get all... But if you're so worried about me, why don't you pick up tomorrow's breakfast? We old geezers do need to sleep in sometimes. You're not old. Literally, look at you. You're like fucking 30. Fuck off. Unless there's anything else important, boss. I'm gonna head out. Alright. Leslie pushes himself up from his chair, stepping over to get the door for me. I expect great things from your report tomorrow. Any luck, we'll be well on our way to making Cleveland a boring old town, drier than the Sahara Desert. Doesn't sound quite so encouraging when I put it that way, does it? Can't argue there. God bless America, land of the liquor free. See you tomorrow, boss. I'll see you in the morning. It's fine. It means the same thing. Yeah, man, I'll get it. Reaches out to ruffle my hair fondly, as he often does. Oh my god, please. Please! I stopped brushing it down a while ago. Leslie always likes to mess it up first thing anyway. We trade wry smiles, and with that, I head out into the cold night air. Next stop, Richard's first speakeasy. Ooh. Oh, hell yeah. Your dry delight. August Richard. Leslie Clark. Oh my god. No fucking way. Why is everyone hot? I don't understand why everyone is hot. Password? A gruff voice whispers to me through a slot in the door. The basement of this dingy restaurant echoes with the muffled sounds of swing music, like it's haunted by some ghostly jazz band. Swordfish! What an epic password. There's a long pause. My information definitely said the password was Swordfish. This is a setup. Is it? Bet is heads will roll by the end of tonight. Soon mine still. Door swings open before I can finish that thought. Welcome, sir. Please enjoy your night. Thanks, I'm sure I will. Step past the tall, dour doorman to the loudest place I've ever seen or heard. Brother's never been to a Choice of Oyster stream, that's for sure. Smoke everywhere, deafening music, giant gaggle of dancers, luring hopheads. I don't know what that was. Flappers poison in their risque skirts. Drunk saps trying to impress them. Just Oh, so similar to prostitutes? Probably not. I probably fucked that up so badly. All this laughter, cheer, makes you wonder what's so criminal about it. But I guess it's not my job to ask those kinds of questions. After I wandered around a little, weaving through the hooch-holding crowd, I ended up loitering by the bar. Bartender staring at me. I raised a brow at him, offering a silent defense. What, is it normal to come to a speakeasy and not order any liquor? No? His face is definitely saying no. Alright, I'll like to order one of the special. You could've just said whiskey. The special comes at Ed's bathtub, mister. What the fuck is that? There are many people bothered with own liquor at home. They often use their bathtubs in order to water down homemade. Oh shit, okay. We get a history lesson here, chat. The resulting bathtub gin was usually disgusting. Oh. Wow! Bartender bells out a laugh when I freeze in horror. Ooh boy, don't worry. As to the taste, I sure bet it does. Still laughing, he uncorks a bottle and pours me a glass of clear liquid, stuffing a lime slice onto the rim. It's like putting a fancy bow on a pile of horse crap. I guess I should appreciate the effort. I lift my glass, taking a cautious sip. No, I gotta swallow it. Like... Jesus. That's bad. What does Ed do in his bathtub? Dude. He fucking cranks his fucking hog until he's out of juice. Actually, I don't want the answer to that. I'm sorry. Sorry, August. I didn't mean to give you that answer. As I hold my glass of God knows what, lean back against the bar, gaze wanders around the crowded parlor. Information said this place is a key part of Cleveland's liquor business. Apparently, it's owned by mobster types. Yep, that's usually how it goes. And now that I think about it, these guys over there look a little rough around the edges. Deaf, they're not drinking or dancing, just watching the patrons. I casually scoot down the bar, getting close enough to overhear their conversation. It's so loud in here that I can't make out what they're saying, but I managed to catch a few words. Damn Italians, our turf. Them and the cops. You hear that right? They aren't part of the Italian mob? It's just... I wonder who owns this place, then. Must be a different game. Some kind of deal. That'll work. Risky? Strain my ears as much as I can, since the conversation is about to get even more interesting. Just one or two hints. Maybe a name? Come on! Only one drink for you tonight, my friend. A low, elegant voice murmurs right in my ear. Oh! Ah! The culprit smirks at me when I whip my head around in surprise, offering a little wiggle of his fingers. Greetings. Tall, suited, and well-groomed, he has an unusual, refined look to him. Is he offering to buy me a drink? Anything better? I could manage another drink, but not another one of whoever this is. I jerk my chin towards the mild rat poison in my glass. You don't like that? Really? Told us one of the best drinks here. One or two more, I promise it'll start growing on you. No, really, I like my tongue too much to put it through more of Satan's mouthwash. My dry comment makes the stranger chuckle. He flashes me a wink. Dude. Holy shit. Oh, so that's the problem. Well, never fear. I'll take good care of that tongue of yours. Oh my god, please fuck, please fuck, please fuck, please fuck. Daddy, 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 please. What's that supposed to... Bartender? Fresh drink for the delicate tongue, gentleman. And the usual for myself. He waves at the man behind the counter, who nods. Oh great. I can't actually get drunk. Damn it. It's like this guy's here just to ruin my investigation. We'll get you fixed up with something that'll tickle your fancy, mister. Trailing off, the stranger raises one eyebrow at me. Expectantly. Jack Vaughn. Jack, not the name I have picked for you. I still like it. Really? What name will you have picked? Ask me again after you've had a few more drinks. As if on cue, bartender passes a glass towards me, gently slides a steaming cup towards my companion. That coffee? Thank you, Arthur. Anytime. He throws the man beside me a wildly grin. Can't shake the feeling that I'm the butt of some inside joke, but maybe that's my detective's paranoid talking. You don't drink, huh? I wouldn't care myself a teetotaler. Oh. I do like to say shark. Oh, H-Man, thank you for the lurk. We are checking out some LGBTQ plus games. Or at least, games that have that tag. Right. Well, drinking partner, since you're twisting me into this, who exactly am I toasting with again? My name is Meyer. Like the sword? And I'll endeavor to make sure you won't forget it. Holy shit. Can't speak. How the hell am I supposed to read this guy? If I didn't know better, I almost think he was trying to... Lecham? Oh, it's Hebrew. It's life. Exclaiming, some sort of toast. Clinks his cup against my glass. Lecham? I mimic Mayer's pronunciation, and when he happily nods in approval, we both sip our drinks. We're not as bad as Ed Deluxe, but still feels like I swallowed a gasoline cocktail. That's called Red Bull. Put Red Bull in there. Why the puckered face, Jack? Not smooth enough for that tongue of yours? Meyer leans in closer, propping his elbow on the calendar and gazing at my face. Well, if he's hell-bent on being all friendly, maybe I can pull some information out of him. But he knows something. He's got that kind of smug air. Yes, woe is me and my delicate tongue. Really, where do they get this stuff? Is it all homebrew? Surely there's a big seller. Of course, why, the biggest seller in town, no less. What? So, he does know, and I just have to... More importantly, why don't you tell me a little more about yourself? Or a lot more. I promise I won't mind. Alright, play pool, Richard. Can't rush this, or it'll catch on. I'm no bisexual, really. That is literally the worst thing you can say. Oh my god. If you said that to me, I'm already sus. You're on my sus list. I help keep civilians safe, serve the city and all that. His smirk deepens, for some reason. Just another average fella here to relax after a hard day's work. This is the most sus. Like, if this guy doesn't realize that I'm, like, not supposed to be here, and I'm, like, a rat or a cop, I don't know. Hoping to take the edge off? Are you just gonna sit there and me all night, or what? Well, I don't mean to be rude. I have a sneaking suspicion that you're lying. Wow! Fucking no shit, Sherlock. Possible? You can't already tell? Man, Leslie was right. Fucking August is the worst fucking liar ever. Holy shit. Was Leslie? Holy shit, guys. I swear. I've never played this game. I didn't even know this game existed until, like, last week when I was coming up with a list of games to play. Holy shit. I actually have the script of the game right here. Why don't you be honest with me, Jack? Be honest with you, I'm not... Mayor leans even more, this time snaking an arm about my shoulders and pulling me close. Kiss, 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 kiss. I swallow. There you go. Trying to keep a hold of myself as his lips brush against my ear. Hey, yo. Tongue me, daddy? What? That guy hacked? What was that? You can't know. There's no way he knows. You're really a Simcha, aren't you? Simcha? Confused, I steal a side glance at Meyer, and his eyes glimmer back at me mischievously. I like where this is going. A pimp, of course. You know what? I wasn't expecting that. What? What? Oh, you can't fool me with that act, Jack. I saw you looking around earlier for any attractive girls. Subtle as a train wreck. Lord have mercy. I'm my butt. If I have to pretend to be a pimp, I think I'll just run out the door instead. A little laugh spills out of Meyer before he can bite it back. Care to tell me what's so funny? Just teasing. Forgive me. I didn't mean any offense. Nor did I think you'll nearly faint on the spot. I was quite ready to couch you. Alright. You got me. You got me. I'm a pimp. I was just, you know, horrified that my good name might be ruined. Shook me up. Shivered me tenders. Secretly, of course. I'm mostly only relieved that he didn't actually see through the lie. He just made up his own assumption, I guess. I was too close to comfort. Oh, naturally. An upstanding civil servant like you is a what? Oh shit! H-Man, thank you for donating $10. Really appreciate it. We are $40 away from the milestone of $50, where I'll be doing a full karaoke stream. Oh, naturally, upstanding civil servant like you is obliged to maintain his saintly reputation, right? I'm also really glad that that fucking works. So thank you. Bartender, they're around for the gentleman, if you please. And that was how I got pulled into a night of drinking with my new companion. It soon grows clear that Meyer isn't going to let anything important slip. He managed to dodge all my questions like a pro boxer, ducking punches. But I'm too invested to turn back. I know he knows something. He knows I know he knows something. But we're just dancing around the subject. And as much as I hate to admit it, it's fun talking to him. So much so that I nearly forgot what I came here to do. Oh my god. Can there be a threesome with the three main characters, please? Thank you. The way he gives me all his attention is, well, flattering in a way. While we banter back and forth, notice a sketchy-looking men from earlier throwing glances towards us. Are they looking at me? At Meyer? Just trying to get the bartender's attention? I can't tell, but I got a feeling we're being watched. If you don't mind, Jack, I have a question for you. An elbow nudges against my side, interrupting my thoughts. Question? Sure, I'm all ears. Turn my head back towards Meyer, only to see him already pressed close to my side. Our cheeks are nearly brushing together. Oh. You wouldn't happen to be looking for underground work, would you? My heart skips a beat. Oh my god. Oh my god! He's finally bringing it up. You say that, more or less. Well, in that case, how about we make a deal? I'll trade you a little business information in exchange for something on your end. He whispers conspiratorial. Wow, I fucked that up immediately to me. Lips curled upward in a sly, daring smirk. I butchered that word. Something, huh? What kind of something are we talking about here? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. His breath lightly tickles my cheek. Oh. For a second, my focus gets a little hazy. All I can see are those sparkling green eyes. Beautiful eyes. My mind races through all the things he might want from me. Things I'll normally never think of until... Oh, shit. Bring me a... quesada cake? Oh. Oh, it's an Italian cake. Okay. Quesada cake. The type from Frank's Bakery at the east side. Well, certainly not kosher. But I won't tell if you know. I've heard they changed the recipe to something simply amazing. Well, let's just say I'm not very welcome at neighborhood. Not exactly the offer I was expecting. A cake. Right. I'll think about it. No promises. Playing boy, are we? Very well. I see how it is. He exhales a small laugh that brushes against my skin again, sending a little tingle down the nape of my neck. Please, think it over carefully, and if you decide to accept my offer, come back here tomorrow. Tomorrow night. How does that sound, Jack? I hesitantly nod. Hesitatingly. Can this wise guy really be part of some criminal outfit, trading information for cakes? Perfect. Will be plenty worth your while, so keep that in mind. When he finally pulls back, I subconsciously exhale the breath I didn't know I've been holding. No matter how I look at it, he's acting sweet on me. What does that mean? Yes! We're there! We're there, chat! We're getting close to a sex scene, maybe! Of course, it's not like anyone would notice, crowded as this place is. Did you happen to have a favorite kind of drink? Casually throws another question out, catching me off guard. I want to have it ready for you tomorrow night. It's awfully nice of you. Well, my favorite drink. Guess that'll be... whiskey! Whiskey, of course. Do I look like a guy who'll drink anything else? Didn't seem to have much trouble with the other drinks you enjoyed tonight. That's because you were distracting me. Really? Am I that captivating? You were practically holding me captive from the start, so yes. Lets out a low chuckle, shaking his head. Something charming about his laugh. Maybe the way it comes from deep in his chest. Gentle. Resonant. Whiskey is, then. And only the best kind, as a mish deserves. A Yiddish term. Okay, so he's thrown Hebrew at me, and now he's thrown Yiddish at me. Very interesting. I'll make sure to take excellent care of both of you. Of both you and your refined palate. You're acting like I've already made up my... You're leaving? Mayor sips the last of his coffee and pushes it away, smoothing his hair back with one hand. I'm afraid so, Jack. I've got some business to attend to, but I do hope I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and tonight's drinks are my treat, as a small token of thanks for your delightful company. With a last knowing wink, Meyer steps away from the counter and slips into the crowd, mingling with the drunken sea. He left so suddenly. Wonder what business he's attending to. Well, never mind. Guess that concludes tonight's investigation. What a ride! Dude, I have 2 boyfriends? Dude, this game's the best! I leave the speakeasy unsure whether Meyer pulled one over on me, or if I actually pulled one over on him. I think it's a stalemate. He's sure something, that Meyer. No one's ever swept me into their pace so fast before. I can almost still feel the warmth of his breath on my skin. Just a drink talking. Just a drink. With that poor attempt to reassure myself, stuff my hands in my pockets and began to sobering walk home. Sobering? Fuck that one up, for sure. The gentle chirping of birds outside the window. The laughter of children on their way to school. The blinding sun. Why is our office so goddamn bright? Head. Things I do for this job, I swear. As I sit in my chair, sip at my morning coffee, trying to ignore this horrible hangover, my eyes drift up to the clock. Leslie's even later than normal. Nothing's wrong. If he doesn't come in soon, maybe I'll just leave a note and go nap in my car. Good morning! As if I summoned him from the bowels of sunny hell, Leslie suddenly bursts into the office. In one hand, he's holding a stack of paperwork, and in the other, is that cake? Fresh from Frank's Bakery, I tell ya, those fellas really nailed the whatever this is. Leslie reaches into the paper to grab a piece and happily stuffs his face, chewing away with relish. That's the exact same cake Meyer asked for last night, isn't it? Is this some kind of conspiracy? Is every man in Cleveland eating these cakes except me? Oh? Pausing, Leslie leans in to peer at my face, frowning gently. You look a little under the weather, Richard. Your hair's all messy too. I haven't even got my hands on it yet. Wait, don't tell me. No. You're not hungover, are you? Richard, naughty boy. Listen, boss, can we just get to our reports? Changing the subject, I see. Absolutely shameless. Leslie, who seems to think my hangover is the funniest thing in the world, chuckles all the way over to his office chair. Yeah, laugh it out of your system while I sit here, hoping for a spontaneous eclipse. I'll let you start off then, my little partying partner. What'd you find out last night? Between shots, that is. Well, from what I heard, it sounds like the Italians aren't running the speakeasy, or even most of the liquor business. If I had to guess, it's either a big street gang, or the Jewish Mafia. Jewish Mafia? Holy shit, I fucking wrote this script! It just keeps happening! I don't know how this keeps happening. It's true. I've grown in size around here lately, or so I've heard. What makes you think it's them, though? I heard a couple fellas talking about the Italian Mafia as competition, so it can't be them. After that, the man I drank with was Jewish. I have a pretty strong feeling he's some kind of mobster. Ooh, tell me more. Perking up curiously, Leslie props his chin on his hands, leans forward to gaze at me from across his desk. He's got a bit of whipped cream on one corner of his mouth. I pretend not to notice. Of course he does. Of course he does. It's this fucking innuendo. Guy said his name was Meyer, for starters. He was well dressed, a little too confident, and fucking hot. Very sexy. I want him to dominate me. Wait, that's not part of the script. Fuck. Should I tell Leslie about the flirting? I mean, doesn't really need to know. And I sort of like to enjoy the memory without being scolded, but... And... seem important. I'm not gonna wrap myself out. I think he's important. Maybe a spy? Maybe an assassin? Not sure. Important. Why do you think he was talking to you? It's me. Maybe you just wanted a drinking partner. Leslie drums his fingers on his desk, frowning thoughtfully. You didn't see through your cover? Sure, I sure didn't act like it if you did. I'm still alive, right? Fair point. Maybe your lying skills really have improved. They haven't. I just got lucky. This chair squeaks as he leans back proper, his feet on the desk. Yo, for free? Can I see them? Can I smell them? Can I lick them? Can I suck them? What? And I just cleaned the mud off it yesterday, too. So he's important, maybe part of the mafia, but he didn't bump you off. Guys, if you didn't know, that means to kill. What do you plan to do about him? I was getting that. Ooh, I'm listening. He gestures for me to continue. Meyer offered me a deal for information. A deal? You're serious? I nod, barely resisting the urge to rub my forehead. Details on the mob in exchange for... It's so ridiculous. I can barely say it out loud. In exchange for a cake. Oh, come on, Richard. Tell me what he actually wanted. I know you're trying to get revenge for me teasing you, but... Be serious, boss. You want a cake. Pointing at the paper that holds Leslie's half-eaten breakfast, I put on the straightest face I can manage. It's from the neighborhood around Little Italy, right? Obviously, that's that place owned by the Italian gang, so you can't get too close. But as for why he wants them, got no clues, boss. Maybe a kid at home who likes him. Sweet tooth, forbidden fruit. It reeks of a setup, Richard. Isn't that obvious? Leslie wrinkles his nose about the reaction I expected, and really not an unfair one. Thought about that, believe me. But If it was a setup, why would he invite me back? Wouldn't it just be easier to get rid of me right there? And if he could manage his offer sounds more serious too. Anyone with a half a brain would be suspicious. It's true, I suppose. Still don't like it though. Not one bit. He lets out a heavy sigh, sticking a hand into the bag with his cake and tearing off a piece of idly munch on. Holy shit. Well, while you were having the time of your life last night, I was chatting with Mr. FBI. Apparently, one of the city's politicians is hosting a big party at the hotel tonight. Thanks to our contact, I got us passes inside. Because, you know, what's going to be at that party, my dear Richard? A lot of liquor? A hell of a lot of liquor. Probably provided by the main source in Cleveland. Leslie and I exchanged knowing looks. Can't really see where he's getting at. So you want to scope it out for information. It's a good bet and a safe one. Once folks get drunk, there's no telling what kind of juicy info we'll get out of them. If we're lucky, some of it might even be related to our case. I won't count on it. We snicker in our line of work. Both of us have seen our fair share of these ritzy orgies. Sorry, what? Chad, hear me out. So you see this song here, Put It On Ritz? What if we remake this song, but instead of Ritz is Riz? Put It On Riz. I'm just saying, it could be good. I think you should come to the party with me tonight. If your smarts and my good looks, bound to find something out. And if you want my honest opinion, Leslie goes thoughtfully silent for a moment, then, and a more serious look darkens his brow. I think this rendezvous at the Speak is too risky. Even if Meyer doesn't mean you any harm, any other mob types around there might not feel the same way. But I also don't think you're green enough to walk into a death trap. Gee, thanks, boss. I roll my eyes. Leslie offers me a soft, affectionate smile. The kind he only puts on once a blue moon. Head to the party either way, but I trust your judgment, Richard. You decide for yourself where you want to go tonight. What will it be? As much as I hate to disappoint Leslie, my instincts are telling me the speakeasy's worth a gamble. It's a risk, no doubt about it, but one I feel I have to take. Shifting out of my chair, I approach Leslie's desk and lean over it, give him a firm look to show my conviction. Sorry, boss. I'm gonna try my luck with Meyer. There's a lead there. I just know it. Like I expected, Leslie doesn't look too thrilled by my choice. But, true to his word, he soon lets out a good-natured sigh. Heartlessly leaving your partner in the dust. So this is what it comes to, eh? Fine. I'll just enjoy the free party food by myself. Not even gonna bring me back a sandwich? Ask your new friend for one. Oh! He's not my friend. He's my husband. Leslie huffs and I snicker at his playful sulkiness. Though I have to wonder if a little bit of it isn't genuine. Alright. If you go, promise me you'll station a few officers near the speakeasy. just in case something goes wrong. Never know when trouble might pop up. Yeah, that's fair. I'll make the calls this morning. Good boy. Then I won't... well, I'll worry less about you. He reaches out to ruffle my hair. Luckily, it was already messy, so he can't inflict much more damage. Now let's cannonball into that stack of paperwork. Been looking forward to it all morning. Spent the rest of the day going through reports, most of them related to Italian gang activity on the east side. Doesn't exactly put me at ease for when I leave the office heading towards Little Italy to pick up Myers' cake. Keep picturing his face. My mind wanders to how he might react when I hand this. Will it really make him happy? Aside from those distracting thoughts, though, my bakery trip is an uneventful one. Prize cargo in hand, I end up at the speakeasy just as night's settling in. Welcome, sir. Please enjoy your night. Doorman gives his customary greeting, and I casually nod while stepping past. Here I am, a detective on a risky job. Shuffling into his speakeasy with a cake and a paper bag like some kid holding onto his school lunch. Not my finest moment. The place is packed full, just like last night, which means I can't really pick Meyer out easily. Guess if I hang around the bar long enough, maybe he'll show up. Oh, it's Mr. Jack. Hoarse voice, different from Myers, growls out behind me. I turned to see one of the rough-looking men I noticed last night staring at me suspiciously. I'm gonna pat you down, make sure you aren't healed, understand? That means, carrying gun. But no one did this to me last night. It's a big idea. You shut up. I'm here to answer questions. Before I have a chance to protest further, he grabs me and starts patting my pockets, roughly feeling around. Sorry, bro, buddy. You had to be taking this for tonight. The man pulls out a piece I've been carrying as assurance, just in case things went south. Well, now I feel even more like a defenseless kid. Great. Just don't pull any dumb moves and you'll be fine. We like to keep things real cordial around here. Got it? Yeah, I got it. Good, then we'll be headed to the back room. Wherever you... Wait, the back room? Wait, where are you taking me? Wait! Man suddenly grabs my wrists, pulling me along the speak's perimeter. My heart starts to pound in my chest. What am I getting dragged into? I told the officers not to get close to the place unless I was gone for a while, but who knows what will happen in the meantime. My semi-captor takes me to the back of the parlor and down a long, dark corridor. Music and laughter fade slowly into the distance, replaced by only the sound of our footsteps. Finally, we reach about the large black door. The man knocks firmly on it several times. Come in. Door opens into a warmly lit, spacious parlor. Exactly the scary, dank room I've been expecting. And there, in the middle of the lush couch, sits a familiar tall man. Mr. Eastman. Friends here. Yes, I can see that. Thank you for bringing him in. Make sure no one intrudes on us, if you'll be so kind. Yes, sir. With a polite nod, the other man departs, closing the door behind him with a soft click. Once he's gone, Myra and I stare at each other for a few seconds of silence. I can only think that this dramatic reintroduction was deliberate. He knows I can read the subtext. Well, I brought your cake. I lift the bag in my hand and shake it a little, laughing nervously. Ah, I knew I could count on you. Please smile slowly spreads over his lips. The sight makes me relax a little. He pats the couch beside him. I don't exactly feel like I'm in a position to refuse. I approach and tentatively lower myself down, sinking to the soft cushions. Why, you're as stiff as a sheet of glass. What's wrong, Jack? Your secretary back there wasn't exactly the most gentle, fellas. I apologize. They're used to dealing with coarser individuals than yourself, you see. I forgot to tell him to use kid gloves. Yeah. It's not that, I just wasn't quite expecting all this. All of this? You mean a nice back room and a speakeasy? Myra gives you a fall, innocent look. Right. That's obviously what I was referring to. Anyway, here, your prize. I hope it didn't get smushed when your lackey was joisting me around. I offer Meyer the bag with the cake, and his eyes light up when he takes it from my hands. Wonderful. Smell it already. Dude, what the fuck is this? Yiddish phrase that translates as hard to eat a stranger's bread. Used in St. Louis, Missouri. Alright. Siz schleck zu essen fremden Brett. My rabbi used to say. I like to pretend it doesn't apply to cakes. He gazes longingly at the bag for a moment, then sets it to one side. Smile finds its way onto my lips before I even realize it. The way he likes sweets. So much really reminds me of this. Oh, before I forget, I have something for you, Jack. Meyer leans around the edge of the sofa, grunting softly, before straightening back up, bottle in hand. Old for Sir Kentucky whiskey, the label reads. You remembered? I have an excellent memory, especially when it comes to people who catch my interest. He takes a glass from the table beside him, starts to pour me a drink, humming softly. I notice he's already got a half-empty cup of coffee for himself, black as the night. This is a quality product right here. Promise there's no ed involved. Meyer hands me the glass, letting his fingers brush against mine for a moment, longer than necessary. Ah, thanks. You're quite a host. You expect anything else? Turns a little bit on the sofa, propping one elbow against the back so he can gaze at me head on. Feeling slightly embarrassed under his stare, take a curious sip of the drink. Damn, goes down so easily. Good enough that I can see why you're not serving it out there. Man makes a living, fortunately. Buying, transporting high-quality goods is expensive. Not to mention, risky. I much prefer to serve good liquor over the common swill, but it's not like feasible yet. It's not quite feasible yet. He pauses for a thoughtful moment, though his eyes flick back to my face soon after. Well, about that information I owe you, assuming you're interested in work. As I nurse my drink, Meyer begins to describe the main mafia figures in the city, along with the various rackets that they keep, in great detail. Combined with everything else I've seen tonight, I think it confirms my suspicions. He's near the top of the underworld food chain in Cleveland. He's not even trying to hide it. In fact, I think he's just playing a game with me. Seeing how far we can take this before one of us has to state the obvious. Knowing that, you would think I'll be incredibly uncomfortable right now, but for whatever reason, being around Meyer puts me completely at ease. Maybe it's his disarming, casual mannerisms, or the soft and smooth way he speaks. Maybe it's his... Oh, there's nothing aggressive or thug-like about him. He's perfectly composed. Occasionally, he shifts on the sofa beside me, brushing my leg with his own, in a way that can't possibly be an accident. I can't tell what's going on behind his twinkling green eyes, but there's something playfully devious about the glances he keeps giving me. And I think that would make our trade just about even. No. He finishes his thorough description with an impish wink, taking a sip of his coffee. You sure are familiar with all the gang activity here, aren't you? If I didn't know better, I almost think you control some of it yourself. Me? Why, I'm not sure what would lead you to such an outrageous conclusion. Instead of looking offended, though, Meyer presses in a little closer, his smirk suddenly growing mischievous. After all, it's rather rash to assume things about people you don't know particularly well. Don't you agree, Richard? Oh, fuck! Oh! How did you... He smugly lifts the cake bag, rustling it before my face. Your name is on the label. Oh, fucking Christ. A mistake I wouldn't expect from you, if you'll pardon my rudeness. Were you distracted at the time? Purchased it? I'm now about to mention how I was daydreaming about him when I bought the cake. I think I'd rather just let my professional pride take the fall. Of course, I know you're a detective too, and I can guess why you're here. But please, don't take it as a blow to your acting skills. I'm just well acquainted with a number of professional liars, you see. Brother, I am not a professional liar. If you already know so much about me, why are you pouring me drinks rather than having me shot and dumped in the alley? Meyer clicks his tongue, lightly wagging a finger at me. Violence is not how I prefer to do business, Richard. It's only a temporary solution. Violence begets violence, which is why you have wearing Italian crime families rather than one consolidated, powerful body. No, in most circumstances, I would much rather make friends than enemies. Friends like you, which is why you're not being dumped in an alley. Although, I would never harm a Shana Poonam? Oh. Like you, no matter what my moral code was. He shifts on sofa again, this time letting his legs stay rested against my own. I swallow, relieved at Meyer's explanation, but acutely aware of his face being a mere inches to my right. You certainly aren't like any other guy I met, law-abiding or otherwise. Why don't you tell me more about what it's like being in this risky business? I clumsily attempt to slide the conversation in their direction, daring to glance over at Meyer. No, please. I know a one-sided agreement when I see one. With a gloating air of someone who just caught their opponent cheating, Meyer shakes his head. I'll answer a few questions of yours, but only on the condition I can ask questions of my own. I swear on my honor to answer with the truth, and you'll do the same. But we can each avoid one question in exchange for a favor. Does that strike you as fair? His tone casually rises up at the end, not so subtle, daring me to accept, or subtly. I think I've been an idiot to expect a businessman like yourself to play fair. Alright, I'll bite. That's what I like to hear. Meyer gives me a rakish? Okay. Teasing grin. All too pleased with my reply. As a gesture of goodwill, I'll even let you start. Really? How do you make any money with that kind of generosity? Oh, you'll be surprised. As Meyer chuckles to himself, I pause. I ponder on just what to ask. What do I most want to know about him? Ask about his gang or ask about his history? Let's do history. Tell me about your background, your history. What's it like for you growing up? My question seems to catch Meyer off guard. But his surprise quickly shifts into a gentle, please expression, and he nods in acknowledgement. I was raised in a cozy little Jewish community in Missouri, where I lived until a few years ago. I'm sure you'll find this hard to believe. I always kept to myself as a boy. I rarely spoke to anyone. I suppose you could say I was afraid of rejection. Our rabbi was my closest friend. We ate corned beef sandwiches, talked about baseball on the weekends. Looking back now, I think he was just as lonely as I. He chuckles softly, gaze flickered down to the coffee table and lingering on his cup. I can't imagine Meyer ever being withdrawn. I guess he didn't develop his charisma until later. Several days after my bar mitzvah. Few boys who I never seen before approached me on the street. Meyer, they said, you're a tall, strong guy. Why the hell are you playing with the rabbi instead of making money? I realized I didn't have much of an answer. We formed a merry little crew. It was enjoyable to have that kind of attention from my peers. and my desire to fit in was why I began doing jobs with them. Eventually, my name garnered a certain reputation. The association grew. People started looking up to me, and somehow I ended up on top of it all. Myers' eyes returned to me. I can't really read the true emotion behind them. Nostalgia, regret, or satisfaction. The rabbi. You know whatever happened to him? We don't speak anymore. He gives me one of those brief, thin-lipped smiles. The kind you only show to be polite. Again, it's hard to see through what it means, but I can detect a little longing in his voice. You know, I've always separated mobsters from real people in my head. Like you were all just monsters who lost your humanity. But listening to you talk, I guess it makes me realize how we're not so different after all. I twirl my glass between my fingers, unsure if that knowledge makes me more happy or grim. Myers studies me in silence for a little while. It's not an awkward silence, though, just a thoughtful one. Well, your turn. For a question. You have one. Oh, I have many. When the silence finally breaks, Meyer gives me a wry grin, his eyes momentarily flickering down to my mouth. Yeah, I'm listening. Alright, what's your greatest fear? My greatest fear? He nods, watching me expectantly. Fuck it. We're doing it live. Fuck it. No immediate answer pops into my head, so I mull over the question for a moment. My greatest fear. Something that would keep me from sleeping at night. Hurting innocent people. Oh? I nod, forcing a brief, awkward smile as I take another sip of my drink. Meyer doesn't add anything further, though. Is he waiting for me to elaborate? I just think it's my duty, the duty of everyone in law enforcement, to make sure Americans are safe and happy. That's why we exist. It's not just a job you do for money. It's a job that lets you go home feeling better about the world, even if it's just a little bit. Meyer tilts his head a little to one side, eyes glimmering at me. Then, his hand slips onto my shoulder, resting there gently for a few seconds before squeezing it. Very admirable, Richard. Although, I have to wonder just where Volstead fits into that. Trails off curiously. Is he trying to lead me somewhere with that vague comment? Well, it's your turn, isn't it? Why don't you ask me something lighthearted? I don't mind if you get more personal. He leans in a little more, hand still lingering on my shoulder. I can smell his light cologne and the subtle, earthy scent of coffee. I've been trying desperately to keep my nerves under control, but it's getting harder and harder the more Meyer teases into my personal space. Ask if he has a lover. We're just going right in! Do you have a lover? A wife? You must, right? Being the cat's meow and all. No. Meyer responds casually, offering a little shrug when I shoot a glance over at him. Is it my imagination, or does he look incredibly smug right now? Why are you wearing that expression? Are you so very surprised? Or maybe you're relieved? No, I'm just surprised is all. I really didn't think you'd still be a bachelor. And why is that? Because I'm the cat's meow. Can we just get on to the next question? Pausing, Meyer makes a show of tapping a finger against his bottom lip, turning his eyes towards the ceiling. Such an obvious display that I know for a fact he's already got his question picked out, and he's just toying with me. I drain the last of my glass and attempt to act casual, turning my head slightly. Ah, I got one. What memory do you have of your first kiss? Please, describe in great detail. I nearly choked on my drink. Oh, fuck. Is this what he was planning all along? I'm listening very attentively. Hold on, damn it. I know this is what he wants me to say, but it'll be a cold day in hell before I tell this guy I never properly kissed anyone before. Can I just trade the favor? Oh? Don't face surprise, you bastard! In that case, I suppose I'll take you up on that favor right now. I reflexively squeeze my eyes shut, sucking in a breath. Feels like my chest is going to explode. Richard, what are you doing? I reopen my eyes, see Meyer staring at me quizzically. I thought he... No, of course he won. He's too much of a gentleman. Just a little dizzy from the drink. So, what you want from me for the favor? Well, you probably think me a fool for saying this, but reaching a bag at his right, Meyer lifts up his sides happily, slipping his head inside to unwrap the cake. I'd like you to share it with me. Share? The cake? He nods, pulling back the paper, wrapping to reveal the delicious-looking, spongy white dessert. I feel guilty enjoying it by myself, especially considering you bought it for me. So I would say we savor it together. Does this sound agreeable? I haven't had a thing since lunch, so you're asking the right guy. Should we just cut it in half, or what? No. You're gonna feed it to me. I blink at Meyer, unsure if I heard it correctly. Gaze back at me calmly. I definitely didn't mishear that. Did I? If you want, then should I get a fork, or that won't be necessary? Come, take a bite. Meyer offers the cake to me, along with a daring rise of his brow. Feel like I just walked right into his trap. But I knew that from the beginning, didn't I? And I came here all the same because I wanted it to happen. I take a small bite of the cake, letting the fluffy sweetness rest on my tongue. Then, Meyer gently curls a finger under my chin, gradually closing the distance between us. His chest presses against mine, pinning me to the back of the sofa. Yo. This is great. There's no need to be embarrassed, Richard. He breathes those words against my cheek, pulling my jaw down ever so slightly to part my lips. Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Holy shit! Cinema. Cinema, chat. Slowly, delicately, covers my mouth with his own. Sweet flavor mingles between our tongues, but my head feels so foggy that I can barely think about how it tastes. Meyer teases me with a maddeningly light, soft kisses, pulling back a little bit each time I start to press forward. He's really trying to provoke me, isn't he? Well, it's working. I bite down hard on his lower lip, exhaling a hot, patient breath. Momentarily, his chest presses hard against mine. His kisses suddenly grow more aggressive, hard, and deep, so intense that I have to gasp for air whenever I can. I pulled his coat off his shoulders, grasping needily at his shirt, letting my hands wander all over his powerful body. We're not gonna see anything, are we? Just as his tongue starts to slip into my mouth. He pulls back, this time breaking into a devilish grin. If I'd known that you would be so eager, I would have done this much sooner. Are we gonna spend the whole night talking or share more of that cake? Can't disappoint my favorite detective, now can I? It would be horrible if you clapped me in shackles, brought me in for interrogation, after all. Sound pretty excited about that idea, actually. And can you blame me? Meyer swipes a finger through the cake's icing and presses it past my lips. I suckle on it without hesitation, lapping the sweetness off his fingertip. A faint moan leaking through my throat before I can contain it. Richard. Oh, we're going at it again! Hmm? Meyer suddenly leans in for another kiss, trailing his finger along my bottom lip. This time, he's the impatient one, his tongue pressing insistently against my lips until I part them. It repeatedly swirls inside my mouth, tangling with my own tongue as Meyer presses me roughly against the couch. It's like he can't get enough of me. I can't get enough of him. I grasp his hips and keep him pulled forward, wanting more and more. As we trade eager, wet kisses, my mind easily wanders towards the subject question. Jin, not now. Not now, Jin. Not now, Jin, where I'm in the middle of having sex with my husband, please. What? Am I really doing here? What am I really doing here? Am I trying to live out some detective seduce my mobster fantasy? Or is it like Meyer said, are we just two men outside of our opposite profession, savoring each other's company. If Leslie could see me right now, I don't know what he'll think, or if he'll even find it excusable. But if I'm so easily turned away from my duties by a gangster, maybe I was never cut out for this line of work to begin with. One of Myers' hands drips down my chest, slipping around my waist to squeeze my hip. I normally wouldn't do this on first date, especially since I like to give you a reason to come back. He heatedly murmurs a string of words in between breathless kisses, not give me a moment to reply. But it doesn't feel like you need too much convincing. His fingertips tease along my inner thigh, sending shivers through me from head to toe. Just a little bit higher. A little higher. A frantic knock at the door makes both of us jerk apart. Myers smooths back his hair and clothes, sitting back and clearing his throat. Come in. Door instantly fires and one of Myers' men bolts inside. Mr. Eastman! Mr. Eastman, there's a bunch of cops sniffing around right outside the joint. I think something's about to go down if we don't stop them. Wait. Those are my guys. Safety precaution. I jump from my sofa, inwardly kicking myself. Damn it. Should've told them to go home early. Lost track of time. Shit, there's no excuse. It's alright, Richard. Myers' gentle voice calls to me, reassuringly. You'll put your men at ease. Maybe, by some grand stroke of fate, you'll end up here again tomorrow, and we can resume our talk. Please, I'm begging. I am begging. I'll be on my hands and knees begging. He puts on one of his wickedly innocent smiles, winking at me. Thanks. I hope I can see you soon. You doubtlessly will. With a hasty nod, I turn and follow the other men to the door, smoothing back my own ruffled hair. Luckily for me, those officers probably aren't being paid enough to ask many questions. Oh, and Richard calls out to me as I was just about to cross the threshold. I glance back at him. Don't forget about what your real duty is. Good night. Myers' man shuffles me along to the exit before I had a chance to reply. My real duty? What the hell does he mean by that? Maybe it doesn't mean anything, but those words stick in the back of my mind, even as I leave the speakeasy to reassure the officers I'm alright and defuse the situation. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to see Meyer tomorrow, and I'll ask him then. Heart's still pounding from the end of our talk. When I finally get home and roll into bed, there's no way I can fall asleep, so I spend the night restlessly tossing and turning. I'd rather be hungover than this. Jesus. Infatuation doesn't fade away half as easy. Morning, boss. Stumble into the office, feeling like a corpse dragged out of its grave. Coffee. Richard? Second day in a row, you've come in looking like a bedridden, raggled cat. Do we have to have an intervention? Fine. Just gonna sleep. Christ, something really is messed up when Leslie shows up at work before me. He lets out a long, playful sigh, shaking his head before taking a sip of his own coffee. Well, don't keep me in suspense. Your escapades last night, of course. What happened? What'd you find out? Oh, yeah. Right. With my own coffee mug in hand, I sink down into my chair, clearing my throat. Going to have to leave out some of the details here, I think. Oh, really? My new friend, Mr. Meyer Eastman. Well, he gave me some information about the powerful mob players in the city. Seems like he's really in the loop. The already pale Leslie seems to suddenly grow a shade paler. Slowly sits down in his coffee and leans forward over his desk, brow furrowly as he stares at me. Did you say Eastman? Sure did, boss. Why? Why? Yes. Are you losing your hearing already, boss? You're not that old. Because Eastman is the man running all of Cleveland. That's why. Leslie raised his voice in excitement and frustration, slamming his fist down on his desk. All of Cleveland? Yes, all of Cleveland. I found out about him last night at the party I went to. He's well liked and hugely powerful, and most of Cleveland's Italian mafia is terrified of him. I don't know how on earth you managed to get in his good books, but Eastman is the key to taking down the city's liquor business. In fact, I think that Speakeasy itself might be his main base. After we get a bit more information, we should set up a raid. I figured Meyer was powerful, but I had no idea he was running all of Cleveland. Leslie's right, obviously. Our department is supposed to be working with the FBI to enforce prohibition here, which means shutting down criminal outfits. This should be a huge step forward. If that's the case, then why do I feel so reluctant? It's not like Meyer trusts me. In fact, I'm sure he doesn't, but I can't imagine putting him behind bars. Last night was probably just a game, his attempt to manipulate me onto his side. Yet, it didn't feel like that at all. Oi! Richard! You spacing out? Need more coffee? I snapped back to the moment, greeted by a curious Leslie staring at me quizzically. No, I was just thinking, boss. We're going about this the wrong way. The wrong way? You have a different idea? Why nod? Leslie tilts his head to the side, motioning for me to continue. If there's anything I can give him credit for, it's that he's usually willing to listen to what I say, even if I'm a junior partner. Let me talk to Eastman. Get more details out of him, I promise. We shouldn't throw him in jail. Not yet. Leslie stares at me in stunned silence. Does it really sound that strange? Did you hit your head on your way home last night, Richard? This is a mob boss we're talking about. He's dangerous, not unlike to be the next pope. I don't know what he said to you, but you shouldn't believe him. Just because he hasn't killed you yet doesn't mean he won't. Once you've outlived your usefulness, haven't you thought about that? His frustrated, skeptical words echo my own thoughts, as much as I hate to admit it. Maybe it's stupid to try and deny them, but before I can't control myself, blurt out the first thing that comes to mind. He's not a murder machine, Leslie. He's not a one-sided villain who was born bad. Sure, most mobsters out there are ruthless bastards, but so are a lot of normal people. Mafia guys aren't some special breed, evil to their rotten cores. Meyer, he's a businessman. He's using the law for profit, I know that. And I'm not saying I think it's right. But after talking to him, spending time to him, seeing how he's just a guy like any other, I'll be damned if I don't have more sympathy for him than whatever rich old high binder is handing down orders in the FBI. Leslie stays quiet, biting his bottom lip, nervous habit of his, and avoiding my gaze for a time. I never raised my voice at him, not anyone else for that matter. I instantly feel a little sheepish about it. I didn't know how else to express my change of heart. Finally, Leslie rubs at his eyes with one hand, gently sighs, small smile, twitching at the corners of his lips. He stands up from his desk and walks over, giving me one of those affectionate, what am I gonna do with you looks. I guess I'm not all that surprised. You've always been compassionate and honest, probably why you're a terrible liar. He pauses, reaches out to gently ruffle my hair. There's still a worrying press in his brow. I think he's trying his hardest to believe in me. If you really, really think this man isn't out to just screw us over, he'll be of use to the investigation somehow, then I suppose I'm willing to go along with it. For a while, at least. Boss! A little while, I said, "Hey, what?" Jumped out of my chair and pulled Leslie into a hug, tightly squeezing his wiry frame. He stiffens for a moment, but eventually wraps his arms around me, too, softly patting my back. Sure hope you know what you're doing, Richard. If something ever happened to you, well, let's just say I have a hard enough time living with myself already. Why? Because you're so high maintenance? Exactly. You know how many times a day I have to feed myself? It's very difficult. Having guilt on my shoulders won't help things any. I'll be fine, boss. Don't worry about me. As we pull apart, gaze down into Leslie's face for a moment. Still doesn't look fully convinced. And it's perfectly reasonable we're paid to be suspicious. I'll bring him around to the idea eventually. If everything works out, he's open-minded to just about anything, given enough time. Except vegetables. Maybe. But what was that? What was with that line? After we discuss things a little more, Leslie and I settle about our usual routine of paperwork. Calls, more paperwork. It's not like our work normally flies by, but today, the hours seem especially long. At last, evening rolls around. When I head outside, my feet start to take me down a familiar road before I even realize it. Okay. I am gonna save. And then I gotta quickly BRB real quick. Because I gotta fucking piss really fucking badly. So I'm just gonna do this real quick and BRB real quick. Alright, chat. I'm back. I also have a drink because I feel my throat is getting raspy. Alright. Here we go. Welcome, sir. Please enjoy your night. Loud music rushes over me in a wave. The familiar sea of dancers, lights, sparkling glasses. The place is starting to grow on me. To my surprise, I spot Meyer already standing by the bar, cup of coffee in hand, as he chats with the bartender. Should I go up to him? Don't want to come off too strong. Maybe I should casually strike up conversation with somebody else and wait for it. Just as I mull over the plan, Meyer's gaze meets mine. He instantly breaks into a warm smile, beckoning me over. Phew. Wander towards the bar and step up beside them, clearing my throat to buy time as I figure out what to say. Well, well, seems like my detective wandered back to me. Did your flock of officers decide to come along today, too? No, left them at home with the sitter. Good. I could tell how disappointed I was when they decided to interrupt. Oh, I can't tell you. Yeah. His suggestive, airy murmur sends a tingle down the back of my neck. At least, I wasn't the only one who was disappointed. I was also disappointed too. Yeah, well, I was really looking forward to the rest of that cake. I'm afraid I enjoyed the rest of it by myself, but I was thinking of you all the while. Does that make you feel any better? Not one bit. Meyer lets out one of his deep chuckles, low and comforting. It always seems like his sly, face of mask melts away for a split second whenever he laughs, betraying something vulnerable. Listen, Richard, if you prefer, we can always linger out here and talk. As much as I want to savor all of you in private, I'm more than happy to just enjoy your company, discussing whatever flights of fancy we have. I probably shouldn't have said that. Imagine my seductive air of mystique is all but ruined for you now. No, I have you. Never mind. His leg lightly brushes mine, underneath the bar, and out of sight. He's so bold, this guy. You can see how he got into his line of work. No doubt about it. Actually, I want to ask you some more serious questions. Privacy might work better, just, as precaution. Of course. I have no doubt that your reasons are entirely... Ah! It's the cops! At that moment, speakeasy doors flies open. A small group of officers rush in. Screams echo through the parlor after the music cuts off, but the cacophony quickly goes silent. Eastman's men can't even reach for their guns. The officers are already aiming their own. And at the head of the group stands Leslie. Richard. The second our eyes meet, rushes over to me, releasing a huge sigh of relief. Richard, thank God you're not hurt. I thought for sure that we had an agreement, Leslie, didn't we? How can you just storm in here after me? Don't you trust me? When I managed a choke accusation, Leslie just shakes his head, eyes narrowed. It's not about trust, Richard. It's not even about the job. hell with information gathering. Thing I care most about is keeping you safe. You're too honest, too trusting, and I can't just let you run around with people like this, even for the sake of an investigation. He gestures to Meyer angrily, apparently having guessed his identity already. Leslie was really that worried about me? I knew he was still concerned, I just didn't think he'll go this far. Meyer, who's been entirely silent this whole time, watches us with a carefully measured expression. How can he be so calm? He had no idea this was going to happen, did he? Gentlemen, I believe there's been some severe miscommunication. Please, Mr. Leslie, tell your men to lower their weapons. Then we can discuss things calmly about the threat of accidental bloodshed. Agreed? Leslie hesitates. There's a very strange degree of trust going on here. But I get a sense that neither of them wants it to end in violence. I know Leslie hates hurting anyone, even criminals. And Meyer doesn't seem the type to enjoy it either. Understood. Signals to the officers who slowly, reluctantly lower their guns. The tension in this room eases a little bit, though it's still far from calm. Let me say first, Mr. Leslie, that I entirely understand your concern for your partner's safety. But you see, after our friend Richard here showed up the other night, I was struck with an idea. I knew he was a detective before he so much as walked in the door. An informant's working for me, so I decided to have a chat with him. Meaning, back there, that was... Don't get me wrong, Richard. I was enjoying every second of it. I've been looking for a way to work out an arrangement with the law in Cleveland for some time. You're a hard-headed sort here, I tell ya. He exhales a breath between his teeth, gently shaking his head. Richard, however, could tell he was made of something different. Not so hell-bent on enforcing the Volstead Act. Yet, not just the type to be bought, either. I was intrigued. So I thought I'd try to work out a deal, as is my way. Last night was supposed to be the beginning of that deal, but, well, I was enjoying the company so much that I thought to myself, what harm can it be to wait a little while longer? When Meyer's glimmering eyes settle on me, I feel my heart skip a beat, maybe several. Find me back to make a deal, then it spiraled into something more because he enjoyed my company? So you really believed we wouldn't try to arrest you? It was a calculated risk, of course. Meyer casually waves one hand. The way he keeps this kind of Schadenfreude. Even while surrounded by the law, no wonder he's a leader. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I like to make big gambles, and usually they pay off. But I've done my research on your backgrounds, your past jobs. I knew you wouldn't simply raid my venue without showing a few of your cards first. So you could say the chips landed where I thought they might. Leslie rubs his cheek with a hand, blinking rapidly as if to try to understand everything we just heard. I blame him. I knew Meyer was sharp, but I had no idea he planned everything out ahead of time. You know, even though we're the ones with our guns out, I can't shake the feeling that we played right into your hand. Really, you do live up to your reputation, don't you? I was expecting Leslie to be furious, but instead he sounds more impressed than anything. Is it possible he actually took some of my words to heart? Back in the office? You've mentioned a deal earlier. Can you explain what the kind of deal we're talking about? Ah, I was hoping you asked that. A particular satisfied smirk curls on Meyer's lips. The type a man wears when he's just won at cards. Why don't we discuss matters privately? Neutral ground. I even let you pick a spot. All of us is armed, with a few of our men waiting outside. Amendment, if you don't mind. Leslie grabs my sleeves and pulls me aside, leaning up to whisper in my ear. You really trust him enough for this? Normally I would say it's suicide, but this Meyer, it's not like any other man I've ever met. It's like talking to the chief of a big corporation, not a mafia leader. Stretches his head, clearly baffled. It's not like I could blame him. I felt the same way when I first met Meyer the other night. I know he doesn't mean us any harm, boss. He's still a gangster, can't deny that, but... I pause, swallowing. Better word things delicately, or else Leslie might catch on. I think he genuinely wants to work out a deal with us. All of this would be way too much trouble otherwise. My thoughts exactly. You think we should hear him out then? Without hesitation, I nod. Maybe it's an incredibly stupid decision. I can't bring myself to believe all of last night was just a means to an end. Don't mind saying, Mr. Leslie. I gather you're the type to take precautions. Meyer pipes up airily, and we both blaze over towards him. Should the two of you not show up in perfect health tomorrow? I'm certain I'll have a big hassle on my hands, and that's not what I want, I assure you. You really did your research, didn't you? It's my favorite hobby of mine. So that means you know what size underwear Richard wears? Boss! What the fuck? I'm afraid you'll have to barter for that information. Oh, you drive a hard bargain, do you? I like that. Great. Just great. I'm sitting in the chair tonight, boys! While I'm watching my two boyfriends. Oh my god. After a little more discussion, three of us settle on a hotel room for our meeting spot. Oh my god, we are gonna fuck. It's gonna be a throuple. The unfortunate patrons who had to witness all that, well, they're sent home and promised free drinks when they come back. In this day and age, it's probably enough to risk being shot. Once that mess is sorted out, three of us head to the hotel for our respective men. I can't even begin to imagine how tonight will end, but I have to hope for the best. Oh! Oh, that was it. By the way, these are not going to be 100% playthroughs. I'm just doing one ending. And that's it.